What's up, y'all? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that's so loud. I am so excited to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to be on the camera. It's good to feel all sexy and stuff. I done did my face, put on a mask, dyed my beard, oiled up my arms. I went to the gym this morning for 30 minutes. We got a black unicorn up in the house. A black unicorn. You know how magical a unicorn is? And on top of it is black. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Coming Out Chronicles Atlanta edition. And we are here to get into some things. I was in Atlanta for 11 years, so I got a lot to talk about. We're going to be touching base on, me moving to my auntie's house 3 times, the church, me getting an eviction, almost 2 evictions, being in an abusive relationship, going through it with friends, almost going to jail. It's just a lot of stuff that I went through in those 11 years. And we're going to talk about it. But if you're new here, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. You are in for a roller coaster ride of entertainment. Be prepared to smile, laugh. You might cry a little bit. You may even get mad at some of the things I'm about to say. But baby, this is my story. If you're new here too, again, make sure you go check out my first series, which is just simply self-titled Coming Out Chronicles. And that just kind of chronologically it went through the events that I went through before I came out the closet. But now I'm out of the closet in this. So with that being said, let's go ahead. Stop. I got lint on me. I want to say thank you from the bottom, I said deepest, but we just gonna say bottom. The bottom of my heart to everybody that has watched my Coming Out Chronicles, that has liked the Coming Out Chronicles, that has shared it, that has commented. I want to thank you for all of the phone calls and the text messages I have received. I'm just thankful for the overwhelming amount of love I have received to the people that have called me crying. It was just so much. You don't know how hard it was to finally decide to start talking about all these things. And then I just said, F it, bitch. I'm about to just talk about it, honey. I'm coming out of a bad spell in my life. I'm in therapy, and this is part of my self-healing. Let me tell you one thing about me, and I've said this before. I feel like I have a sixth sense. I know certain things about me. I know what things are going to come for me. And I knew that doing the Coming Out Chronicles was something that I needed to do for my personal healing and my personal growth. So I did it, but I got a lot more to talk about. We got a couple more series and we're on number 2. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so we packing up the car, child. We packing up my 1996 Dodge Intrepid Blue with the built-in additional little CD changer that you can do in it. Back in the day, it had a little screen on there and you can change it to like dolphins or mountains and stuff like that. It was just very very basic, but back in the end it was the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad had gave me 30 days to move out. It was at the end of my 30 days. My mom packed up my car and we were loaded up to move to drive to Atlanta. From Toledo, Ohio, we drove to Atlanta, Georgia, which was about 8.5, maybe 9 hours, just depending on how fast you drive. I said my goodbyes to all of my friends, my few friends that I had, to a couple of my family members, and I was out. I really literally just disappeared. One day I was in Toledo, the next day I was gone. I don't know how much of it was talked about when I left amongst my other family members and all of that, because I wasn't in communication with them as much. I don't know how much on the hush my mom and dad wanted to keep it because, they kicked their son out because he was homosexual and maybe they didn't want them to know. But people, y'all know family talk, child. So it was gonna come out eventually. I kind of, even though I was out of the closet, you guys, I wasn't out of the closet. Like, I wasn't comfortable with me being gay. I was not comfortable with being gay. I was still kind of just like, on my Facebook. Like, for the longest, like, I wouldn't befriend family members. Because I felt like, why you want to be my friend now? Are you being nosy? Like, what's the tea? Like, and even with that, like, y'all never like checked on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get no DMs, no, back in the one DMs, it was just messages from Facebook, whatever. Like, I didn't get anything in my inbox to say, hey, you know, TJ, how you doing? Are you okay? We heard what happened to you, or just, hey, you moved. I didn't get any of that. So I was just like, like in the words of Jocelyn Hernandez, why is you here? Because I don't understand. Child, this is a lot of unpack, child. This wasn't even, I hadn't even written this down, child. And I just want to give before I get in this car and we ride down this road to Atlanta, I just want to give a special shout out and just a quick little to my brother. I know my brother's life changed when I left. Our communication changed. Our communication kind of stopped. I went to Atlanta and I became a whole new person. I didn't really check on my brother. When he came to visit, I didn't really spend time with him. And me and my brother were close growing up. Even though some people would say like I was a mess because I was always fucking with people, getting my cousins into shit like that. But I genuinely love my brother. I still do, of course, as my brother. But I do love him. Our relationship is kind of just like right now. Child, he hung on the phone with me, child. I don't really want to talk to him until he called me back and apologized for hanging up the phone on me. But my brother was always somebody that he never judged me. My brother is just like very just like level. Like he never gets upset. He was just cool. Like I never had an issue, you know, when I told him I was gay, like I talked about in the last series. But I think that I missed out on a very large portion of his life. But also, you know what? Honestly, I really can't even get mad at y'all because I was trying to get my shit together, bitch. Didn't know I was gay. I knew how the world was going to receive me and deal with me, and I was just like, I gotta get my own shit together, child. Like, I gotta figure out who I'm gonna be and what I'm gonna do with myself. So I ain't have time for nobody else. Unfortunately, that caused me to miss out on all of his basketball. He played basketball overseas in Germany, Australia, Mexico, all that stuff. Like I missed out. I didn't go to any games. I wasn't even in communication with him. But no shade, just to be honest with y'all, child, I don't even really like basketball anyway. Basketball is not my thing, and I could go without it forever. I can go to a game, bitch, it's really just gonna be to eat the food and see if there's any cute men there, which I really need to do that because I'm 6'9". I'm tired of talking to these short dudes. I need to find somebody my height. And I know a lot of them basketball players is gay. Don't even take my ass gay. But yeah, so just to wrap that up, I love my brother. I do hope that one day we will be back close again and we can, you know, live our lives. Maybe even do a podcast together. Like something like I would love to do that with my brother. But anyway, let's go, child. We packed up the car. I'd have made about 8 or 9 different CDs to get me through this trip because I'm not knowing how this trip is going to go with my mother in the car. Like we haven't really much talked about we haven't really talked that much about me being gay. And the cold car ride, for the most part, was kind of smooth. I had different CDs based on different moods. CDs that was going to make me cry, that was going to make me feel good. I especially made a gay CD on purpose so that she was going to know this was gay music. But what is gay music? It's just like Madonna and just, you know, just like the music they play in the club. Child, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. You know what music is, y'all. It wasn't until all of a sudden going down I-75 we enter Georgia. It's I love to I love to I love car road trips. I absolutely love car road trips because it's just amazing how like the scenery and the world changes, and it changes really slow, but then it's like you can still witness it. You can just it's just I don't know something. It's like the perfect time to like clear your thoughts, clear your mind, to just be free, to just think, just be one with yourself in this big old world that's extremely small at the same time. Um, so we get into Georgia, and all of a sudden we get to Atlanta, the home of Black excellence. And homosexuals, everybody is gay. But I'll just say, everybody is not gay. That's what everybody say. But the gay population, when I say gay population, I'm talking about Black. Okay? Because living in Ohio, it really wasn't a lot of gay Black men. So I'm really thinking I'm just really the minority on top of the motherfucking minority. But I get to Atlanta, and oh my goodness, the first time I went to a gay club, Black gay club, I was like, oh my goodness, everybody is a line outside packed to get in. Bulldogs. It's the drinks, the people inside. They're fighting in the club. They're fighting in the parking lot. It's just a lot to take in, and we are going to get into all of that. Yes! We're about to get into all of that later on. But we get into Atlanta, and I'm just like, I'm overwhelmed because it just seems like it went from one lane to like 8 lanes. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, all these lanes, like, I don't know how to drive in 8 freaking lanes. And then there's an HOV lane. Listen, I'm from Ohio. We had like 2 lanes, maybe 3 at the max. Like, I don't know what to do. It's so overwhelming. And I see all of these giant buildings. Because we're going through Buckhead and downtown to Midtown. I see all these giant buildings, like, clustered together. Because, like, in Ohio, like, our downtown, it was just, like, buildings. But it was, like demolished, half demolished buildings, empty buildings, vacant buildings. But here with just all of these beautiful tall buildings and just the views and just the expressway I was turning and rapping, and I'm seeing all of these cars, like all of these like Mercedes and BMWs and Range Rovers, Land Rovers, all these nice cars. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then my mama want to hit me with the gay shit, child. I might as well. She want to hit me with the gay shit. She want to start asking me these questions, and honestly, I can't even remember the questions that she was asking me right now. I just know it was just like, basically like, kind of like, why are you gay? Just all the, I don't know. I was so overwhelmed with the traffic and the views. I was like mesmerized. And I'm like, why? Why on God's green earth at this present time, when I am stressing because of all of these lanes and all these cars and all these buildings, you want to hit me with the gay shit? I can't talk about that right now. I'm trying to focus because I'm like, oh my good. I am so like happy but nervous at the same time because like the last time I had been to Atlanta, I was young. Like I was like, I don't know if to put that in perspective how old y'all are, but that was when like Destiny's Child's like first album or Writings on the Wall was out. I listened to Writings on the Wall. Hey ladies, why is it that mean people do what's wrong? That used to be my song. I used to play that shit on repeat. And SWV's second album called New Beginnings. And I used to love the intro. Listen to our new beginning. New beginning. It's time to make some new decisions. New beginning. Ain't no time for hesitation. Jesus is our inspiration. Okay, let me stop. Okay. Oh, goodness, that just bringing back so many memories. But that was like the last time I had been to Atlanta. So like I really couldn't receive what she was saying. And I'm just like, I think that she would just like, it's hitting her like her son is gone. She stayed with us for 3 days and then she left. But we in the car ride, we finally we get to my auntie's house. Now, my auntie's house, baby, it was giving mansion. It still is giving mansion to me. It's huge, gigantic, humongous front yard, backyard, 1, 2, 3 car garage, big deck on the back, 2 sets of staircases, one in the front, one in the back, a full basement. The house was huge in a beautiful subdivision. But also, at that time, I was told that my auntie was going through a divorce. So not only it's a lot going on in this house. Not only am I coming into this house as a 18, 19-year-old homosexual that just got kicked out, and then I'm moving into a house where my auntie is going through a divorce, and she has 3 young girls. So it was a lot going on. However, we go hard pause. We're gonna hard pause right here. Those 11 years of me living in Atlanta, I was floating. And when I'm doing like I'm floating up, but I wasn't, I was just floating. I was experimenting life. Like I was trying all type of things, getting into all type of shit. Like I had no mentor. I had nobody to guide me. I mean, I had my aunt, which was amazing, but she wasn't part of the life. You know what? Why do I say that? Being gay is not a lifestyle. And I say that because that's what my mom used to say. Being gay is not a lifestyle. When you say lifestyle, it's like you almost choose, like I choose to be gay, child. No, bitch, I'm fucking gay. I'm a homosexual. And there are certain things that a straight person cannot help you or guide and or mentor you when you're part of the LGBTQIA plus umbrella. Because there are certain things that they don't know about. Like it's a whole different world inside of another world. And then if you break down the categories, because then you got the lesbians, they got their own world. And you got the gays, you got the bisexuals that intermingle, whatever. Then you got the trans. Then you got non-binary. Then you got queer. You got all these different things. I really can't give you a freaking breakdown on everything and everybody, child. I just can't, child. But like, I was floating, and I also was developing a backbone. So I moved in. My mom stayed for 3 days, then she left. I remember when I came in, I was, they going through divorce, whatever. And, my parents are still together. So I was kind of like, okay, child, my parents are together, whatever. I'm really not used to being around or knowing like somebody going through a divorce. Was just like, it was weird because like I got to the house and he was there on the couch. I was like, wait, I thought it was don't divorce me, you split up. But again, it is what it is, child, because bitch, I'll be in a relationship with somebody and then, after you break up, it's still like a period of like, you like, should we get back together? Should we not? So that was that. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go with this. Trying to figure out where I want to go with this. And y'all like, just go. I'm just gonna go with it. I really think he had a problem with me being gay. I think he did. I think that my auntie loves me. I know she does, but I think as certain things I'm going to talk about, I think she had a little of me being gay. But again, you guys, like I said, I was floating. Like I really wasn't like, it wasn't sticking. Like if I was, things was happening. Maybe I was in this and when I say, let me just break it down real quick. Let me break it down. When I say I was floating, bitch, that means I was in the streets. I was in the streets heavily, like in the streets. The clubs, going over a friend's house, going to the mall, like hey, I was having sex. I was in the streets. So whatever was going on in the home and stuff like that, it didn't really bother me, honey, because I would go to work. Sometimes I would pack my bag and I would be gone. I wouldn't come back till later that night. You know, like I would just repeat. So I didn't really even spend a lot of time in that house. And I kind of wish I did because I was there with, I always wanted sisters. Always wanted sisters. And I want to say this to my three cousins. Like I wish I would have spent more time with y'all growing up. Like I wish I would have been around y'all more and watched y'all grow more, been more a part of y'all life. And yeah. But it's the same with my brother. I'm sorry, just like, you know, I was coming out being gay, that was a lot for me. I was dealing with a lot. And moving to Atlanta, it was just like, the more I thought about it, I was like, you kicked me out to all of the places in the world. You kicked me out to Atlanta? Atlanta? Well, all these gay people are? Child. Well, maybe it was, you know, and like my mom said, it was because at the time she felt like it wasn't as accepting in Ohio. So yeah, I was living with my auntie. Let me kind of wrap this up. I was living with my auntie, and I don't know, like it was just with him being there, her ex-husband. I feel like they was at some point they were maybe trying to rekindle whatever and get back together, whatever. And I remember she asked him like a couple of times to take me to the barbershop. And he wouldn't take me to the barbershop. And I think he wouldn't take me to the barbershop because he was like, he didn't want to be associated with me because I was gay. He didn't want to take me because she was like, I told him to take you to the barbershop. But me on the inside, I was uncomfortable anyway. I've always been uncomfortable going to the barbershops as a black gay man because I just don't like the conversations that happen in the barbershop. And I know that they don't fuck with the punks. I just say punk, honey. I did say punk, child. Yeah, they don't fuck with us. So I was not in the space of, you know, again, I didn't have a backbone then. So I just like the barbershop thing, which is not for me. So living with my auntie, it was like kind of like 3 rules I had living in that house that I had to abide by. And the first one was the worst one for me. And we're going to do a separate video talking about that. I had to go to church on Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays for Bible study around like, was it 6 o'clock-ish, whatever. In service on Sunday. And we used to go to like it was 8, 9, or 10, 11, somewhere around there. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And not to go too much in detail on this first episode. But anyway, we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna get into that. Rule number 2 was I had to clean the house. Like she would not charge me rent. And again, she had a big ass house, big ass front backyard. So my job was to cut the grass, once a week for the most part, maybe every 5 days or so if it rained, because the rain makes the grass grow quicker. It literally used to take me almost like 30 minutes for the front and 30 minutes for the back. And that's back when I had hair and I used to get these 2-strand twists. So I used to try to cut it at a certain time of day. So I used to put a do-rag on so my twist wouldn't get messed up, child. Oh, bitch, I miss having hair, child. Oh my goodness, I miss having a hairline. Can I get my hairline back, please? Then I had to clean the house. The only problem with the house cleaning was, like, everybody raised their kids differently. My auntie did not whop, bop, bop. She did not hit her kids, which is okay. I grew up from a different system. I got my ass beat when I did something. So I feel like her kids was a little bit, they was not a little bit, child, them kids are spoiled. Them kids are spoiled. And like, I would clean up. As soon as I would clean up, they would mess the fucking house up. They would mess the kitchen up. They would spill shit on the floor. They would do this. They would do that. And it was the whining, the crying. Oh my goodness. It used to wear me the fuck out. Especially when we get in the car, all this whining and crying. I got to one point when I just stopped talking to them. And she was like, hey, listen, my kids is like really upset about you not talking to them. And you gotta start talking to them. I'm like, girl, I was like, it's time for me to go. Like, it's beyond time for me to go because this is not how I was raised. And I know I'm in a different household, but these kids are spoiled and all this crying and this whining and shit is really fucking wearing me out. And I can't take it anymore. And then the third one, child, which is the one I hated the most, child, my curfew. I had to be home by like, at first it was like 12, and then it got to be like, when I got over 21, it was like either like 1 or 2:30. And when I tell you, when the club let out, I would literally have to fly home. If anybody knows about Atlanta, I used to go out downtown, Peachtree Street area, maybe over there, Memorial, I can't remember the area, whatever, but over by Morehouse and Spelman, there's some clubs over there. And I just had to drive all the way back to Stockbridge, all the way down I-20. I just had to get off on Wesley Chapel, make a right, go down Wesley Chapel, make a left on Snapfinger, right, all the way out into Stockbridge to the point where there were no street lights. It was pitch fucking black. The way that the mailboxes, I said, you heard me about to say deer. Yeah, because the mailboxes was stacked up like fucking deer. And I would literally be about to run into the fucking mailbox, or I would stop because I would think the mailbox were deer. So I just had to ride through there with my high beams on. Because again, we're out in the country. Child, they burning leaves, child. They burning piles of leaves. You can smell leaves. You can hear frogs. You can hear crickets. So, of course, the deers is out there. I hated the curfew. I hated it. But at the same time, I understood it because I was still young. And she was still trying to instill some responsibility. And, hey, this is my house. And I know it was like every time I would come in, the alarm was going off, beep, 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 all that stuff like that. So it was just like, yeah, child, I was in the streets. I was in the streets. Okay, so we got a little funny real quick. So y'all know I was talking to this guy. I was talking to this guy named Ricky, whatever. I don't remember. I can't really say we was boyfriends, whatever. But like that was like my cousin's. One of my cousin's good friends. Oops, excuse me, such a fucking lady. That was like one of my cousins. Is that a fingernail, child? How did a fingernail get up here? I ain't even clip my fingernails today. Oh, ooh, Lord, embarrassing. So where was I at? So yeah, I don't know if like me and Ricky, like what our situation was, whatever. But I knew that he had told me, he was just like, hey, you moved to Atlanta. Like, I don't do long distance relationships. So we kind of like, we cut it, whatever. But it was just like, I was still in communication with them because those was like my first like gay friends. Like it was Demille, my cousin, Marlon. Oh, Marlon passed away. We're going to talk about that later though. And Ricky. It was like They used to do like, they was like Charlie's Angels. They was like my Charlie's Angels. And two of them are gone. And Ricky, I don't talk to, which, I mean, we message whatever once in a while on Facebook and stuff like that. But one day, Ricky had got drunk, child. I don't know what was going on with my phone or whatever, but he called the house phone. And he was like, hey, we love you. We just checking on you. Where you at, you Faggot? On the answer machine at my auntie's house. So my auntie called me one day and she was like, hey, come on, won't you listen to this? And I was like, she was like, I don't like that. I can't, have them coming on the answer machine talking like that. Cause one of my kids hear that. I was so embarrassed and so thrown off. I was like, why would he do that? Why would he do that? Why would he talk like that on the freaking answer machine? As long as I hear myself on the answer machine, because I used to hate hearing myself. I used to feel like I sound like such a sissy on the answer machine. I used to feel like, ooh, bitch, put some bass in your voice. I need to clip this now. I was like, I need to put some bass in my voice, child, because it's giving. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up, and this is gonna be my closing. When my mother left that third day, it was hard for me. I don't know, it was very hard for her. It was like almost, in a way, it was like my farewell, like my goodbye, like my last goodbye. Not that I was not going to see her again, but I'm gone. I'm about to become a whole different person. I'm about to be a whole different person from who and what you knew. This is my braided ponytail. And she left me a note. And in that note, it said, if it's one thing that stands out, it's TJ, you are in a whole new place. Whole new place. You had the opportunity to be whoever and whatever you want to be. This is a fresh start. I'm trying to cry, y'all, because I want to get it out. That was very powerful for me because I was scared. I don't know anything about being gay. Like, I gotta read some fucking book or something like that. But it's just like, I'm in a whole new place. I'm in a whole new environment right now. And it didn't hit me, but I knew, like, my aunt, I moved in with my aunt and her 3 kids, and she's going through a divorce. And it was a lot going on. And then with me, I didn't know. Like, I'm just like, y'all don't understand. I had just got fucking comfortable living in Ohio. I had just fucking came out. And I had my friends knew, and I had a group of friends and my cousin, and I had a potential boyfriend. Like, everything was amazing for me. And it literally just got ripped right from underneath me. And when it got lifted up from underneath me, it was like somebody wrote on a sticky note and just smacked it on my fucking forehead. And the sticky note said, gay. And I'm walking around the world now and everybody sees the fucking sticky note and it says gay. But I'm not okay with it. I'm not comfortable with it. But everybody knows. So what do you do when everybody knows something about you and you're not comfortable? That's when the shit starts to hit the fan. That's when people start to use you. People start to play with you. They think that you're weak. They try to manipulate you. Use you. All these things start happening because you're not comfortable with your fucking self. That note really hit me because I was scared. I was scared. It's crazy how people will put their fears and their beliefs onto you. And then you have to figure out if you want to go with it or come up with your own version, conclusion, your own opinion of the situation. Because I know my parents and a lot of people back in the day in the early, because I graduated in 2001 and that's why I got kicked out like 2000 at the beginning of 2002. A lot of people live in a fucking box and they don't see life outside of a box. I mean, I don't know how you want to take that. Some of them don't live outside the box because they don't know anything outside of the box. Some of them live in the box because they're comfortable in the box. They're comfortable in whatever their situation is. And I'm going to end this episode with anybody out there that has kids or whatever. You have one. Congratulations, you're a parent. This is your first time being a parent. Parents make mistakes, but do not put your fears and your beliefs onto your kids. Allow your kids to educate them, teach them, love them, educate them on finances, do all of the things that you should do, but you have to allow your child to walk down their own path. Everybody's not going to be straight and go straight to college and get married and have kids and have a house. That's not everybody's thing. Everybody's not going to follow in your footsteps and go to law school or do this. Everybody's not going to do this and that. Like your kids, like all you did was had sex and birthed them. That's pretty much it. However they choose to live, that's how they choose to live. You don't have a right or a say-so in their fucking life. Let them grow up and be whoever the fuck they want to be. Guide them, teach them, show them as much as you can. But don't get them into the stereotypes and all that stuff. Because a lot of people, when they come to the gay situation and their kids, and it's the whole masculinity thing. You know what, Sean? We're not even gonna get into all that because that's a whole nother subject, a whole nother topic. And I want to talk about that with people. So with that being said, we are wrapping up episode number 1 of Coming Out Chronicles Atlanta edition. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna try to drop an episode. I'm gonna try to do like 2 episodes a week, child. We gonna try to drop on Mondays and like Thursdays. Okay. So let's do it. Make sure y'all like, share, tag me, comment. Again, in the comments, okay. You know, that's my word. I didn't even really say that much because I say okay a lot. So I need you to put the O with a whole bunch of K's. That let me know. If you ain't put that, I know you ain't watched this whole motherfucking video. Okay? I know you didn't because I'm telling you, you need to. Okay. And not just one K, but a whole bunch of Ks. That let me know you watched this whole thing. Because if you comment stuff like that, you did, I know you ain't watched one motherfucking thing because I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you. So that being said, I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Y'all know I'm sweating on there. I got to go. All right, y'all. Bye. Oh, do it look like I've been crying? Okay.